Now we are really becoming very international, like Pitti Bimbo itself. On my right is Yanitsa, founder of Love Made Love, a roughly 6-year-old label, and with a very fascinating background of cultures and languages and ideas. So tell us briefly, when did you start Love Made Love? What was, your idea behind, creating your very distinctive style of children's fashion?
Actually, it's really instinct because I really love fashion. When I was a small girl, it's very important to me to change. When I buy a dress or something like this, I change to be only for me. My mom it's helped me. I'm really happy because I really love the style with many colors, flowers, and actually fashion is my hobby.
And it's not only fashion. You can actually, sew yourself. You could, when you were younger, you had, the needle and the. Okay, good.
I started with myself. Actually, my first customer is me.
Okay.
Then, of course, I started to be a mother. It's when I see very close to the fashion about babies and for the child, I choose to be to make clothes for the children because I think it's a very special. For me, it's very important is love. So when we choose the name of the company, actually I mean Love Made Love. It's mean like made in Europe, made in England, made in. But love is a very important thing to do special things. So when we started before 5, maybe actually 6 years, I want to be different from the market, and we started. I started with girls collection because when I was small, I have a dream to have a special dresses with the flowers, with the lace and embroidery, and now I do.
I see. Yeah. So. Because, as I mentioned, your style of design, your fashion range is very colorful, very floral, and very, nicely and exquisitely designed. Did you, to launch something like this, to establish a children's fashion company like the one you did you focus on this kind of design because you looked around and didn't see anything similar, or was there, so to speak, a gap in the market which you spotted, and others not? Why? Because you must have had quite a confidence to actually go for this distinctive style.
Yeah, actually I always have idea when I started the collection because I really like a painter, Italian, France, everywhere. I spend the time from South France, and I really like Marc Chagall, really like a painter like Van Gogh, and they draw many flowers. So I really like a watercolor painting, so it's very important. When I start the collection, I really have idea what I want to do, and I use the painter, one girl, she's really painting very beautiful watercolor flowers, and the other girl, she's really painting a graphic. When I was start this collection for autumn winter for the next year, actually, I go to see the ballet of Tchaikovsky, the Nutcracker, because this is my child dream to be a ballerina. It's really, and I feel very special because I feel the miracle of the Christmas night. Feel a fairy tale about Anna, the really blue dress, and I started to think about collection for a nutcracker, and I see that in this exhibition at Pitti Bimbo, how is the customer really they really like it, the nutcracker, because everybody see or read
yes, they all exactly,
yes.
they know about it a bit and then walk past your shop and there it is.
About the flowers, actually my favorite flowers is tulip, and when I see my husband go to the Holland maybe before 2 months, and they come back and give me the bouquet of tulip, and I say this is my collection for the next year. And the girl who is a painter, she drawing the tulip, then I change the color and to take this one and this one to leaves, and we finish when we are ready to mix it of the colors, and the most important thing for me is to make a design of special dresses, because the design I don't want to use a fabric who is actually is possible to use for everybody. I want to prepare actually, and then we are printing and do the clothes.
It's just to give the audience some more facts. So your company is based in London and in Bulgaria. Your design team, production, etc., is mainly in Bulgaria. So I guess you're traveling quite a bit, or Skyping a lot, or sending many emails. But the the distinctive style of your fashion means that certain countries will be more interested in this kind of children's fashion than others. Again, was that your plan? Did you know? Because you mentioned that countries in the Middle East or so are quite into this kind of fashion. Did you know that before, or was that did you assume this kind of fashion might go down well with these consumers in the Middle East or even further?
Actually, I learning interesting things about the countries when we, of course, we have big customers in there. In London, it's a very international city, so you can see the people from everywhere. So you can go the underground or Oxford Street or something. You can see the color, the magic of everything. Actually, London is so international. Too many colors, too many people, too many experience in there. In Middle East, when we started, we worked with Middle East maybe 2-3 years. I didn't know nothing about the religion. Of course, I read some book, but it's like a fairy tale, so I don't know. Actually, they don't like sleeve without sleeves. They have a very special religion celebration in there, and it's very important to have long dresses. We have a customer from New York. It's Jewish. It's very different kind of customer, because they really like a lace, but they don't like animals, to have animals on the everywhere, because last season for a spring summer collection I use a butterfly, because at summer butterflies everywhere, but for the Jewish this is not good, because they have a special religion, and
the butterfly signifies something.
Actually, is an animal, and it's not good. And we changed the models with the flowers. They really like flowers and lace. So I think it's very important to know where you want to be, to have a market, and to be good for the market with religion celebration, with the tradition, with everything. I remember that before 3 years I have autumn-winter collection with the red roses. I really like red roses, but I didn't know that will be a very special flower for Middle East.
Okay.
This is the best of bestseller collection for the Middle East, because red roses, it's mean really love for the clothes. White, I remember the dress, white dress with red roses. It's, and then I started to understand, to know about a religion, a tradition, when will be good. Of course, in the Middle East, I used a lighter color because they really have a problem with the black, because it's too hot in there all of the year. But I really like black color, and I think the kit it look very good with a black color, because the kit, you know, is so shiny, so clean, and black is not actually terrible color. For London and for Europe, it's not a problem to use dark color, but for the Middle East it's not okay.
I see. Yeah.
For the Jewish, actually, they don't like lighter color. They want to have a navy blue, burgundy, and actually I learning all of the day.
So you're taking this on board all the time, and you speak to many of your clients, and in order to find out what they prefer, or do they give you kind of tips? Do they give you advice? Say move it a bit forward, and then sales will be up. Okay, but is it because that really is interesting? So your sales are positive. You are selling enough produce and to really make this work, and your customers are happy. So there's a positive story.
So. Yeah, they're really happy.
Yeah.
We keep in touch all the time, and I'm so happy to meet with almost of our customer. All of the day we have email. Thank you so much. My daughter is so happy to have this dress. This is actually the most of the thankful for me, and I really love my job.
Yeah. That is great. And one last question, if I may: do you really produce the product in Bulgaria, or do you to go other far-flung places in Asia to actually produce it, or is it really happening in Bulgaria?
Actually, the creative team work in Bulgaria. The management of the company is from London. They do the sales, they do the orders, or something special, because London is a very good city for the business, of course, because it's very international. And for the produce, we choose Bulgaria because my creative team is working there. My family is there, so for me it's very hard to be in London all the time. So I have a team of the 10 people. 5 of them they work a creative work. The other one help us to make a sample. And Bulgaria have a very good industry and very good quality for the clothes.
Okay.
Many of the very big company working there and to make the products.
I see. Yes. Great. That's fascinating. Thank you so much for giving us this insight, and I wish you a great trade fair here in France, that you meet lots of new customers possibly.
I hope so. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.